Can the box office keep up with high production costs? We talk about the industry imploding quite a bit because aspects of it are theaters are still not out of the woods. Alan, I know you have the story.
Yeah.
While I look it up, you've got the notes. Why don't you go through it and I'll
Okay, here
bring
we
the
go.
story up.
All right. So, can the box office keep up with the high production costs? The journey to Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning has been anything but smooth, with the film becoming one of the most expensive in Hollywood history. Delays caused by COVID-19, industry strikes, reshoots, and global inflation pushed the net production cost to $400 million, double the cost of Fallout. Despite this, the movie is now in theaters and gaining momentum, having crossed 400 million global within weeks of release. Actually, first week. These costs are not sustainable, says Roth Capital analyst Eric Handler. There's a reason studios shoot outside of LA so as to rely on incentives and rebates from states or countries overseas. However, Paramount and Skydance are hopeful the film will generate long tail revenue, especially after digital sales earlier missions entries surged 337% in the lead up to Cruise's swan song. We'll never again see a movie where an actor does his own stunts and so little CGI, adds one source close to the film. Meanwhile, 2025's blockbuster race is already heating up with Superman, Jurassic Park Rebirth, F1 from Apple, all in contention and under scrutiny for ballooning costs. Superman, directed by James Gunn, has been at the center of budget rumors, with one report listing a $363 million gross figure. Gunn shot back, "How in the world do they think they know what our budget is?" While DC Studios later claimed the net cost is closer to $225 million after tax breaks, nonetheless, the marketing may push the total spend to $400 million. "There's no way to defend these budgets," says one veteran financier. "When you get into the 700 million to 900 million break-even point, it doesn't make any sense." Universal's Rebirth, featuring Scarlett Johansson, reportedly costs, with some insiders citing a net of 180 million production budget, though others estimate the full spending, including marketing, could land near 400 million. Since the studios justify the risk, each installment augments the overall performance of the prior films, the general IP itself, said one studio veteran, highlighting the broader financial ecosystem that mega franchises now rely on. So apparently, if you can justify the cost for a franchise because it all works in synergy with Mission Impossible and with Jurassic Park. The other films do well when the new films come out and vice versa and all that other crap. 69. You're muted.
Yeah, it's like I've said, you're basically building a home that you can monetize for decades to come when you make a movie. So while it might not pay out in within the months of initial release, even the Mission Impossible movie will, over the life, decades going forward, it'll be repackaged, it'll be sold here, it'll play on other places like Netflix.
There'll be the full set that you can buy.
The full set, and then they'll do, like, it eventually pays out. And for indie movies, it usually takes 7 to 8 years to recoup costs. So people get all caught up and they're like, it's never going to make its money. It will eventually. And it is like, it's something the studio owns forever and can monetize that property for years to come. However, it's best if it's profitable in its initial release. That is because you're counting that as a loss for a long time. So
right. And you have investors who want to see money being made. And the other thing is, what, 400 million? What are you getting with this 400 million? We're going to doge this because I think you're wasting a lot of money. And it just feels like you can make these movies a lot cheaper. And from what I've been told, oftentimes it's the actors. These actors' salaries are just way out of hand.
Well, that's part of it. But it's also all the different grifts. Everybody needs a taste.
Yeah,
Anything that you
especially in
do,
LA.
especially in California, costs too much. I mean, this is the most mismanaged state in the US. I mean, it just is.
Mm.
So, and there's efforts being made to help save Hollywood are just, it's all backfiring. I think AI is just gonna be the thing that studios go,
Yeah.
it's cheaper. Just do that. I'm serious. People can complain about AI all they want. It's going to be utilized more and more in studio movies,
Hmm.
and that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
All right. Another thing. Do you have any final thoughts on this? We've got a bunch of other stories.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it's this gap between what indie filmmakers have to make a movie for versus what these Hollywood studios are. One, indie filmmakers make the most out of the money they have. Hollywood studios just bloat the budget, and you just wonder, why do they get the 400 million when real filmmakers could really use 10 million.
Superman advance tickets are on sale June 11th. That's in what, 5 days?
Yeah.
5 days. We saw Fantastic Four tickets just go on sale, but they're on sale June 11th. And we got a glimpse. This is from the UK. So I don't know how real this is. The intrepid atomic Lori found this. It's the Superman popcorn bucket. It's a figure of Superman using his heat vision
Hmm.
eyes to heat up the butter to go on the popcorn. If for those that are just listening to this, but I'm sharing an image on screen. Is this the Superman popcorn bucket? We shall see. But advance tickets on sale June 11th. That makes sense because the movie opens on July 11th. So get your tickets there. It's actually, the movie's on the 10th. They forget preview night, but I am excited. I'm curious to see the comparisons of advanced sales because they're saying that, Fantastic Four tickets, that cause chaos, sites shut down. I mean, we shall see. We shall see. But what do you think, Alan?
Okay, so is this a real popcorn bucket? It looks stupid, or it looks impractical. Let's put it that way. Not that these
Are
popcorn buckets
any of
aren't
the look?
practical.
Did you see the Galactus popcorn bucket? None of these things are practical.
No, but the head, you could make up. It's a bucket head. I mean, this thing, you have things in the way to get in the way of your popcorn. The other thing is, if Superman uses his heat vision on glass, would the glass shatter like this, or would he just melt through the glass and go right to the popcorn bucket to heat it up?
You're applying logic to a popcorn bucket promotional
But
item,
still,
man. I
that's
don't know
not
how great
how
that
that's
is.
not how heat vision works.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
heat can melt glass. It doesn't shatter glass.
Well, let's roll into our news item that relates. The Fantastic Four first steps. Ticket sales cause major crash. Alan, you have the notes to the story. Um,
Yes.
I don't know if I totally believe this. And I looked, you can get tickets. It's not like it's completely sold out, but here we go, Alan, if you would.
Yes, Marvel Studios appears to have had a box office hit on their hands with the Fantastic Four first steps, as overwhelming demand for pre-sale tickets caused major ticketing platforms like AMC Theaters, Fandango, and Regal to crash. Fans eager to see the beloved superhero team officially join the MCU have flooded these platforms, with many showings already nearing sellout status. The excitement is fueled not only by nostalgia, but also by the promise of finally delivering a definitive take on the characters after previous films failed.
Well, there you go. I think this will be. I think the Fantastic Four will be the biggest Marvel movie this year, beating Thunderbolts and Captain America. I really do. Even though people are very skittish on it, we've heard mixed reaction to the test screenings. You know, we shall see. But I don't know. I think I think the popcorn bucket thing is going to be more. I'm more excited about that than anything else.
Yeah.
In fact, we have a follow up to our Fantastic Four, or excuse me, Superman popcorn. I've got a popcorn bucket that's confirmed here on X. Here it is, the Canadian popcorn bucket for Superman. Are you seeing this,
Wow.
Alan? It's a
Yeah.
Daily Planet newspaper vending machine here
Yeah.
for the
Wow.
Daily Planet.
You know, Canadians, you can do better than this.
Yeah. So, and I discovered the bucket we talked about earlier. That is legit. That is legit. So, I don't know. Why not just slap crypto on the top of a bucket? How hard is that? I feel like that. I feel like
Well,
that'll
that's
be.
for these sipper cups, the little
You're
plastic
getting
crypto.
okay. I'm fine with one bucket, right? You've got with Fantastic Four, they're like 7 different buckets. Galactus, their character buckets. Regal has one with Reed Richards stretching his arms around the popcorn bucket. If I was not like I don't like Pedro as Mr. Fantastic, so I'm not gonna get it. But I don't know. I'm just I just the bucket thing. Do one bucket. Dune Part 2 had it right. They had one bucket. Fine. Now you get 9 buckets for FF is out of control. You got sippy tops. I only got so much space back here. I'm at full zoom out and my tiny. There you go, Alan. Featuring Alan. Put your hand in.
There you go.
Put your hand in.
But
what are you doing?
Remember, this started it all. This started it all, and it was a great popcorn bucket.
Yeah, I crazy. So I don't know.
And then we got this one.
Yeah,
and then it was downhill from there.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Remember? Yeah.
Anyways, look, I want all these movies to succeed, but I want them to succeed based on the merits of the movie, not the popcorn bucket for both Superman and FF. And I have my doubts, but we're going to see soon.
Well, one related to the story, apparently the Regal is still crashed because only 7 tickets have been sold in the IMAX theater. So
isn't that 7 more than normal?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But I mean, look, we saw the mystery movie was Life of Chuck. My theater was packed. The theater that I just showed you it was packed. I don't know what it is, but people want to see these mystery movies because those are the most attended movies I see when I go to my theater.